Okay. All right, let's try this.
All right, so this is the zhiyun Cinepeer WEEBILL 3E. This is the predecessor to the 3S, or the little brother. Not a lot of differences, to be completely honest with you, and I'm gonna go over why I think this may or may not be a great gimbal for you. And honestly, I've had a lot of fun using this thing. I wanna show you how fast it is to set up. I'm gonna set a timer on my phone. And this is taking it out of the box completely. I'm gonna go through some of the specifications of this and some of the modes that it has and some of the limitations that I've found in it. Now this thing does hold up to 6 pounds, and that was one of the reasons that I really wanted this, because I used the 35mm 1.2, which is a very hefty lens on the A7 IV, which I'm typically using. It can handle the 35mm 1.2 surprisingly with ease, and I love using the tripod that it comes with for extra leverage, so it's a little easier to navigate. All right, let's hop into the modes. So we have pan follow mode, which is your average mode. So wherever you point the gimbal, it kind of goes with you very slowly and smoothly. And then we have lock, and then it stays in the direction of whatever you are shooting. So it stays parallel with the subject, which is nice. And then we have follow, and that goes just about everywhere that the gimbal goes. Up, down, right, left. All the axes are being used. And then we have a secret menu, I guess you could call it, where you actually double tap the mode button and you'll get point of view, which is very erratic. And it goes just kind of everywhere. And this is really great, especially on wide angle lenses in my opinion, like something like a 24, like I'm using now. For showing a point of view. And then we have vertical mode, which is exactly what it sounds like. It is to shoot vertically. And I really like this combined with the rolling dial. It gives you some really unique options to shoot something really cool. And I do like that. And obviously we have the joystick. Everybody knows about the joystick. Wherever you point, it goes. And luckily in the menu, you can actually adjust how fast it tilts, rolls, and you can adjust how fast the toggle moves. You can adjust everything to your liking. It has so many customizable options, and I love that about this gimbal. I love the rubber grip on this thing. It does make you feel a lot more confident when you're shooting, along with the color of it as well. I do like the gray. It's different than most black gimbals. and it just stands out a little bit. And I love to stand out, not too much. I'm glad it's not like bright pink or anything, but having this gray accent, I really do like. It is plastic for the most part, and then we have metal all along the place as well. But that is to keep it cheaper at a price of around $250, which is not bad for something that can handle a 6-pound unit. And I do really think it's done a really great job. Whenever you set your camera on for the first time, if you click menu, you go into motor and you press the little wheel here, you can click auto. It gives you this really cool auto tune process where it runs through, and it kind of shakes the camera a bit and tries to figure out how much it weighs, and it stabilizes it itself essentially. So if it is off a little bit, it compensates within the body of the gimbal to make it work. If you have a camera that is able to do Bluetooth triggering, you can actually use this red button for your record button, so you don't have to worry about hitting the camera whatsoever, which is also handy, and my camera does do that, so that's very, very beneficial. One more thing that I forgot to mention is that you do have the roll wheel, so you can tilt left and right when you are filming, and then you'll double tap to get back to standard, and then we can triple tap if you're using a wide angle lens to do selfie mode, and I probably won't be doing that a lot with this. So yeah, those are the basic functions of this gimbal, and the reason that I wanted it so much is because the payload is so heavy. I do need something that can carry up to 6 pounds. All right, so I want to show you how quickly you can turn this into vertical shooting for people that are going to be shooting vertical content. And honestly, it can't be much easier than this. I'm not sure what other people out there are doing, but I mean, that's pretty easy. It's so fast. And I have been using this for vertical shooting, as you see, and yeah, it works great. Still, with the weight of this lens combo, it's just mind-blowing to me that this little gimbal is so cost-effective, and it works really freaking well. I mean, I feel like it works better in portrait than it does in landscape, to be honest with you. You also have locks on it where you can lock each axis, which is pretty standard now, but the last one I had did not do that. So this is a far cry from what I used to have. So it's really easy to set up, and also if you're setting it somewhere, you don't have to worry about it getting knocked around or anything, which is really great for a gimbal, especially at this price. There's just so many things that they've done right with this. With the 3S, they have a light built in, and it is black. I think the build may be slightly better, and I think that's really the only difference between the two. So I would recommend going with a 3E, especially if you need something that just doesn't cost a ton of money, and I don't want anything that's gonna break you. So this is a really nice starter gimbal, and honestly, it wouldn't be bad if you were doing smaller projects as well. This has been great. I really do like this gimbal. From what I've used it doing and putting it through its paces, I know it has its limitations, but it does great for what I need. You can actually control this gimbal using an app, which would be great if you're using a motorized slider and you don't want to be fiddling with the actual gimbal while it's doing its thing. And the only thing is the app requires you to give your location, and I know that's such a small thing, but why do they need to know what my location is if I'm using this gimbal? I feel like you've already paid for the gimbal. You should be able to just use the app. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to have to pay for a gimbal and then let them know what my location is. And I feel like it has something to do with data, like everything else, but it's just annoying. So I haven't used the app, so I can't really talk about it. But anyways, there is an app to use, and from what I've seen, other people have said it works really well. I just won't be using it personally. If you look over at Ronin, you're paying a lot more for those than this, and you're really getting about the same thing. I'm sure some people will argue. I don't care. I mean, it is what it is. people pay for names a lot, and the Cinepeer model here that we have has done a really good job. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful for you, and if it was, make sure to leave a comment below and subscribe to my channel. And until next time, peace. Really impressive. I mean, let's do a little, what? Very cool. Now, can we get it straightened back up? Oh yeah. Do a little turn, do a little turn. Yeah, we've got stuff going on here. This is nice. I mean, you know, you gotta do this thing. Oh yeah. And it's honestly, it doesn't feel that heavy. I mean, it's a heavy camera, but wow, this first impressions just got it going. I'm liking it.